We got work to do.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're running through the CW's catalogue to see which ones stand among the best. We're including shows that began on other networks before making the CW their home.
Angel, you've got wings, baby.
Number 20, Heart of Dixie. An ensemble cast led by a female doctor sounds very Grey's Anatomy. However, Heart of Dixie leans more into relationship dynamics, appealing to the CW's slightly younger demographic.
This is the answer to everything, isn't it? Why Harley left me the practice? Why Dad stopped loving me? Because I wasn't his to love.
Along with audience favourite elements like love triangles and a coming-of-age story, we have the very likeable protagonist Zoe at its centre. Zoe's struggles in her career and personal life are easily relatable.
And I know that you are not weak, and you don't run away from things. And now, thanks to my Aunt Maureen and Harley, and you, I know that I don't either.
While it can get heavy, the show frequently sprinkles heartwarming moments to balance things out. At its core, Zoe and her friends are there to remind us to stick close to the people who matter. A comfort watch for many, Heart of Dixie's wholesome portrayal of real-life issues lets us know that things will always look up, one way or another.
Long live the soul that knows what it wants. That peace you can find. That part is a hole, it never lets go.
Number 19, Reign. Before Bridgerton took the TV landscape by storm, the CW already had Reign to keep viewers busy. Focusing on the life of Mary, Queen of Scots, Reign tackles important subjects like the issue of power and standing up against class conflicts.
All I'm asking you to do is wait. See how things go.
See how things go for France. Guess it is simple after all. But you aren't the only one with a country to think of.
It may not be one for history buffs looking for accuracy, but few shows are as aesthetically pleasing. Thematically rich and brimming with romantic overtones, the show keeps fans hooked by going deeper than many of the network's other offerings.
It was that easy.
It isn't. It's terrifying and nearly impossible, especially if we think we can save each other.
With a proper beginning and end to the story, the characters evolve in wonderfully complex ways. Whether you're in for that gorgeous set and costume design, or you're a sucker for all that sweet, sweet period romance, this show will have you by the reins in more ways than one. Number 18, Nikita. Remakes can be hit and miss. This adaptation of Luc Besson's 1990 film proves doubters wrong and then some. Although it retains the general outline, the CW series dares to be different. Thanks to a solid blend of standalone and story-heavy episodes, the show remains endless in its replay value. Maggie Q's electric performance makes her character's adventures as thrilling as can be.
But there may be time to save others.
Right now, I'd be wondering about who's gonna save you.
The heroine's vendetta-fueled mission is just the catalyst for more adventures to follow. Rather than a standard revenge series, Nikita takes us along a sprawling ride with dozens of twists and turns. With a host of characters, sense of style and snappy dialogue, fans have all the edge-of-the-seat entertainment they need from this sexy spy thriller.
There is no plan for this. Only a question that you need to resolve. Can't do it with me here.
Number 17, Veronica Mars. When it comes to tenacious characters with a strong sense of justice, Veronica Mars' name is pretty high up. It's not every day you see a high school student moonlight as a private detective, but Veronica owns her role. Future A-lister Kristen Bell displayed her acting chops to a wider audience as the protagonist solves crimes with all the snark you could want from a high schooler.
I've got too many questions swirling around in my head to wait until he's willing to share. These questions need answers. That's what I do.
The show's noir style serves as a throwback to classic detective comics, keeping fans guessing about what's to come. With a case of the week format interwoven with a larger mystery at play, it has its foot on the throttle and never lets go. Among the CW's most critically successful series, Veronica Mars went a long way towards proving that a teen show can appeal to adults too.
Don't forget about me, Veronica. I could never.
Number 16, Legends of Tomorrow. The Arrowverse's expansion unveiled a world of possibilities. Legends of Tomorrow is like a marriage between this version of the DC Universe's best elements.
We're going to change time, erase Savage's future, and earn our rightful place in history.
Dr. Palmer is correct. We may not be legends in your time, Captain, but We are going to decide our own fates.
Along with its time travel premise, we get a large roster of entertaining characters, each with distinct quirks and personalities. It never undercuts its crossover potential either, with plenty of other Arrowverse characters arriving to shake things up. Even with its grand scope, Legends of Tomorrow has the best entertainment value for casual viewers. After the first season, the show rarely takes itself too seriously and embraces its meta sense of humour, no matter how absurd.
Check it out. Oh my. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna show up in style. I want a pony.
Ugh, seriously, kid.
Watching the characters navigate different points in history never loses its novelty, giving us a fun, light-hearted romp through time. Number 15, All-American. At a time when the CW became synonymous with superhero and fantasy genres, All-American took the network back to its roots. This sports drama follows Spencer James, whose wildly different upbringing clashes with his new team.
You got one or two choices, son. You can either be on this side of the line or that side of the line. You choose. What's it gonna be?
Running at a slower, character-driven pace, the show tackles thought-provoking themes with a gentle touch. The level of diversity in All-American wonderfully connects its cast to its fanbase, enabling many different viewers to see themselves in the characters. From culture shock to peer pressure, the show rings true for depicting struggles so many resonate with.
I thought the whole show was great.
Yeah, me too. Thank you for letting me and my boys be a part of it. I'll holler at y'all.
Number 14, Supergirl. An incredibly superpowered alien sounds hard to relate to, and yet Kara Danvers feels just like one of us. Supergirl humanizes its heroine by showing Kara facing everyday challenges, from navigating romance to climbing the career ladder. Still, it doesn't skimp on any of these superhero butt-kicking sequences either.
People of this city will die because of something I did. I started this. You have to let me stop it.
Make sure you win.
Frequent Arrowverse tie-ins ensure we're not too far away from the DC universe. But what sets Supergirl apart is how the show portrays heroes and villains as people rather than larger-than-life individuals. If you're looking for a viewing experience that hits almost as hard as Kara's punches, then get ready to fly high with everyone's favourite girl from Krypton.
Hey, I'm not sure if you're interested, but there is an armored car robbery on 6th and Stag.
Bub?
In a way.
Number 13, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Is it a rom-com, satire, or a musical? Well, why not all three? Rachel Bloom exploded onto the scene carrying this critical darling squarely on her back. With mainstream award show recognition, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend validated the CW as more than just a landscape for young adult shows. Rebecca Bunch's decision to pursue an ex-boyfriend across the country begins as hilariously as you'd imagine.
If you're ever out west,
Yeah.
look me up, okay?
Okay.
See you around.
Bye. So weird, right? Right?
However, the show swerves into a complex look into the main character's emotional frailties, peeling back the mask Rebecca uses to hide her sense of isolation.
List out the side effects and worries be gone, 'cause finally I'll know this. My diagnosis.
It's an incredible use of humour as a framing device for deeper material. Through Rebecca's antics, we learn that finding happiness at any cost isn't healthy, and acknowledging our problems is part of what makes us human.
Because romantic love is not an ending. Not for me or for anyone else here. It's just a part of your story.
Number 12, The Originals. Klaus Mikkelsen showed us how being bad can be so good in the Vampire Diaries. The Originals retains its core personality, but transforms him from villain to anti-hero. The spin-off has all of the ingredients that made the Vampire Diaries a success. However, told from the monster's perspective this time around, this show becomes uniquely its own.
My birth father was the werewolf whose pack killed my little brother. Of course, when Michael found out, he murdered my real father.
As insightful as it is brutal, The Originals is unflinching in illustrating its backdrop. With its stylistic presentation and penchant for one-liners, The Originals is among the coolest shows ever made on the CW. Fans of the franchise also get their deep dive into the universe's lore, as Klaus and his gang uncover secrets untold. And let's face it, who doesn't love hot vampires doing hot vampire things?
I've burdened you enough. Your daughter needs you, Nikita. I'm not gonna kill you!
Number 11, Arrow. At its peak, the Arrowverse represented the best that TV superhero shows had to offer. We have Arrow to thank for starting it all. Oliver Queen and his team's battle against the forces of evil is one for the ages. Its initial street-level presentation inspires the hero in all of us before going big and beyond.
There are many more names on the list. Those who rule my city through intimidation and fear.
Few shows carry world building as perfectly as Arrow, which oh so smoothly eases viewers into the iteration of the DC universe. Everything from season-long arcs, character dynamics, and even costume design set the template for future successes like The Flash and Supergirl to follow. As it wove between linear and non-linear storytelling and small to grand scale threats, calling Arrow a narrative masterclass would still be putting it lightly.
No more than I'm going to apologize for the tough training. But I understand that you all need to trust me. This is as far as I know how to go.
Number 10, iZombie. If you're looking for a zombie-themed show that doesn't take itself too seriously, but still has all the flesh-eating madness of The Walking Dead, then iZombie is for you.
There were parts of me that were dead even before I became a zombie. So maybe that means it's possible for parts of me to spring to life, even now that I'm dead.
It is loosely based on a comic book series of the same name, and stars Rose McIver as Olivia Liv Moore, which is a bit of a misnomer considering she's an undead zombie who works at the morgue to feed her insatiable need for brains. Oh, and each brain she eats allows her to see how that particular person died. Hooked yet?
All I needed was some hope that there's a future that I fit into somehow. At last. Sweet. Blissful. Sleep.
Number 9, The 100. Nearly a century after a nuclear catastrophe, 100 juvenile detainees are sent to a ravaged Earth. It all goes as well as you'd think. With several twists in the making, The 100 is as captivating as it is intense.
Here, there are no laws. Here, we do whatever the hell we want.
Although the show sucks you in from its opening moments, maintaining this energy throughout its run is its winning quality. Over the top and subtle in equal measures, there's no telling what might happen until a massive bombshell stares us in the face. Spread across its impressively stacked cast, it paints a tapestry of themes like betrayal, power, and faith.
Transcendence is a choice. You can choose to come back.
Of course. Though until now, no one ever had.
Things go completely off the rails the further it goes, but the series never fails to deliver the intended shock value. Number 8, The Flash. The Flash is a superhero drama based on one of DC Comics' most popular and enduring characters, Barry Allen, aka Flash. In this version, Allen is a crime scene investigator operating in fictional Central City, who gains superhuman speed after being struck by lightning. With his newfound powers, Allen becomes the superhero known as The Flash and uses his skills to fight crime.
I don't know if I can be some vigilante.
You can be better. Because you can inspire people.
The show was an instant hit with fans and critics alike, with the pilot episode garnering the second most views of any premiere in CW history. If you're a superhero junkie, then this show is definitely for you.
That's it. I know how to stop the cannon. This is what the monitor meant that day in the time bomb. This is what I've been running towards all these years.
Number 7, One Tree Hill.
Take a ride with me, Peyton Sawyer?
Don't you mean Peyton Scott?
Set in the fictional town of Tree Hill, this show began as a straightforward teen drama, but as the characters aged, it began to deal with more complex and mature storylines. Stacked from top to bottom with a cast of talented, not to mention attractive stars, the show would endure for 9 seasons. Like many of the shows on this list, One Tree Hill joined the CW when the WB and UPN merged back in 2006. It would go on to become one of the network's most popular and longest-running series.
This is where it all happened for the first time. The heartache and the happiness. All of it.
It was also nominated for many Teen Choice Awards during its run and took home the statue for Choice Throwback TV Show in 2017. Number 6, Smallville. One of the first and longest running superhero dramas on television, Smallville burst onto the scene in 2001 and stuck around for an impressive 10 seasons. The show focused on a teenage Clark Kent as he struggled to come to terms with his superhuman powers while growing up in the not-so-quiet town of Smallville, Kansas.
I have no reason to stay in Smallville. You have me. Thanks for being my friend.
Throughout its run, the show averaged approximately 4.34 million viewers per episode and took home a number of awards, including 3 Emmys. It was so well received that even former Superman Christopher Reeve agreed to make a couple of guest appearances.
There must be a reason why I was sent to this planet.
You won't find the answers by looking to the stars. It's a journey you'll have to take by looking inside yourself.
Number 5, Jane the Virgin.
The reason the test came back positive is I accidentally inseminated you 2 weeks ago. You what?
Hold on to your hats because the plot of this CW show is straight up bonkers. A religious young woman who's vowed to remain a virgin until marriage has her life turned upside down when her doctor artificially inseminates her by mistake during a gynecologist appointment. The show turned out to be a massive critical and commercial success, thanks in large part to lead actress Gina Rodriguez's performance, something that earned her a Golden Globe for Best Actress in 2015. The show's first 2 seasons actually have perfect scores on Rotten Tomatoes as of October 2024. Now that's impressive.
Hey, Mom.
Where are you? We're all here.
I'm coming and I got the groom. I'll text you the address of where we'll pick you all up.
What are you driving? Is it big enough?
Yeah.
Number 4, Gilmore Girls. For 7 seasons, fans watched as single mother Lorelai Gilmore did her best to raise her daughter Rory in the fictional small town of Stars Hollow, Connecticut.
We'll figure it out, though. Rocket Man, Crocodile, Rock, Benny and the Jets, Candle in the Wind.
Are you just naming Elton John songs?
He is just so talented.
The show was widely praised for its seamless blend of drama and comedy, as well for its sharp dialogue and numerous pop culture references. While Gilmore Girls may have only appeared on the CW for 1 season, that's good enough for us.
And I'm gonna give you that orange sweater. I know you've wanted it, and you know what? I'm finally gonna give it to you.
Mom. You've given me everything I need.
Nowadays, the show is considered one of the best of the 2000s, and in 2016, fans got to return to Stars Hollow thanks to a 4-part miniseries released on Netflix. Number 3, Gossip Girl. Gossip Girl's ratings might not have blown anyone away during its 6-season run, but its cultural influence cannot be denied.
From last night, right? I'm sorry about that.
You remember me?
The show, which followed a group of wealthy Manhattan teens whose lives are constantly being scrutinized by a mysterious blogger known only as Gossip Girl, influenced dozens of films and TV shows, and is often credited with helping popularize mobile communication. From a fan standpoint, Gossip Girl was an overwhelming success, taking home 18 Teen Choice Awards during its run. You can't bring up the CW without mentioning this iconic teen drama.
Why do you all think that this is funny? Gossip Girl ruined our lives.
Is your life really ruined, Blair?
Number 2, The Vampire Diaries. The CW knew it had a hit on its hands from the moment the pilot episode of The Vampire Diaries hit the airwaves. The show's first episode was the largest premiere for a CW show in network history, with the first season ultimately averaging 3.6 million viewers per episode.
But I'll be fine.
Do you ever mean it?
Ask me tomorrow.
The Vampire Diaries focused on the exploits of Elena Gilbert, a teenager who enters into a love triangle with 2 immortal vampires. The show took home numerous awards during its run and sparked one of the biggest questions in TV history. Are you Team Damon or Team Stefan?
You want a love that consumes you. You want passion and adventure and even a little danger.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Supernatural. Supernatural was, and honestly still is, one of the CW's flagship shows, and for good reason. The series follows Sam and Dean Winchester, 2 brothers who travel from town to town, hunting evil supernatural creatures.
House rules, Sammy. Driver picks the music, shotgun shuts his cake hole.
You know Sammy is a chubby 12-year-old. It's Sam, okay?
Sorry, I can't hear you. The music's too loud.
Supernatural is the longest-running live-action fantasy series in American TV history, with a whopping 15 seasons under its belt, making it all the more surprising that there was a time when it was at risk of being cancelled. The show has won numerous awards during its run and has spawned multiple spin-offs, a testament to its indelible nature.
Because when it all came down to it, it was always you and me. It's always been you. and me.
Which CW series will always hold a special place in your heart? Let us know in the comments.
Amen. Hello, brother.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.